Hi everyone, David here from True North Wilds, and today I'm going to be unboxing the Simple Fishing RLM Elite Multi-Species box for the month of July. So as I make my way into the box here, I recommend you head over to our Facebook page, facebook.com/TrueNorthWilds. Give us a follow. If you're on Instagram, you can find us at True North Wilds. And if you haven't already, go over and check out our blog website, TrueNorthWilds.com. We're always posting new recipes, trip reports, gear and tackle reviews, and of course, tons of pictures to go along with it. So before I really get started here, I just want to say it's almost the end of July, but I received this box quite a while ago, a few weeks ago. Simple Fishing's been really good with their shipping times, and it's only because I haven't had time to get in front of the camera that we haven't opened this box yet. So the first thing I see in the box here is the Elite Angler from Simple Fishing. I guess this is something new. It looks like a publication here. It's got some articles in it, tips on different kinds of baits to select for different species. And then on the back, it's got the what's in the box. I'm not going to look yet because I like the surprise, but we'll come back to that. We also got, this is a card. It says Simple Fishing, and it has all their contact information on the back there. I guess this would be good if you got somebody you know that's really looking for a subscription box. Carry this around your wallet, and you can whip it out and hand it out to somebody when you know they're looking for a good box. And then share and win. This is their card about their social media. If you get your own box, you share it, you can win a free box. I've also got it nicely wrapped this month in tissue paper with a nice Simple Fishing sticker on there. Okay, let's see what we got. Alright, we're starting big. So here we have the Smart Baits, color changing bait, and it's a crank in quite the package here. Okay, that's a crankbait, but that is a big crankbait. It's got some rattle in there. It's clear, so I can see it's got some huge rattles in there. It's got a nice lip on it. And it's kind of I guess like a golden shiner, or almost like a golden walleye color. Let's see what kind of rattle. Oh yeah, all kinds of rattle in there. Smart baits. I don't know what kind of depth it goes to. This is it says 5 inches, depth of 4 feet, and it goes from white to blood red. So, like many people, I haven't really noticed much with the color changing, but it looks like a good crankbait. It's something I'm excited to throw. And I'd probably reach for this if I'm going for pike or something big like that, because that is a big crankbait. Next we've got some Panther Martin Vivith. Oh, okay. So these are little swim baits. So they're baited jigs, swim baits. Let's open up the package. Wiggling, wobbling, holographic swim bait with a live-in minnow action. It doesn't say anything specific about the color. It talks about some features on the back there. Let's get into it. See what it is. See if it smells. See what it feels like. Okay, it doesn't really smell like anything. So what it is, it's a weighted paddle tail swim bait. You got a nice cover on the hook, which I like to see. And it's got some really lifelike eyes on it. Nice colors. It's got some good stretch to it. Nothing crazy, but I'm not ripping it in half. Oh, I did just rip both the eyeballs off. So they look nice. Don't know how long they'll last if you're fishing with it. Maybe if you weren't yanking on it like I was, they might last a little longer. Overall, it's still a good looking bait though, even without the eyes. It looks very lifelike, minnow color, shiner color. There's 4 in that package. And then we've got Excite Baits Raptor Tail Junior Root Beer Pepper Green. Excite Baits, tournament proven. So they got a little bit of a smell to them. Kind of smell licorice-y almost. I like this color. So it's a brown with a nice green sparkle. There's a little bit of red in there and some black. So that's a nice looking craw. One thing I noticed about this that I've seen on a lot of other soft baits with the craws is already the claws are separate, so I don't have to rip them. This is really nice quality. From the casting process, it looks really good. It's really clean. It's really oily, so my fingers are probably gonna stink now. And I don't know how many are in there, 6 or 8 or something, but that'd be a good, definitely a bass bait for the craw soft plastics. Now we've got the Strike Pro Enticers Scent Infused Finesse Bug Glass Prawn, it's called. Let's see, they're all in a nice little tray in here. And yeah, there's 8 of those. So another little craw. It's smaller, so that's nice. It's something a little different, but it's still that craw. As I said with the last bait, all the claws and legs are nice and separate already. It's got some pretty deep ribbing here, so that's going to get some noise and turbulence in the water. It does smell, not just like a regular soft plastic, and not like the Excite bait that we just opened. Yeah, it's more of a natural smell. It doesn't smell like licorice. It smells more like a bug or something. And it's got the little cutout in there, so if you want to bury your hook in it. It's nice. It's smaller. Very similar to the Excite bait. Again, I would reach for this, I think, bass right away. With the movement on here, it might be enough to just put that on a jig and jig it, even if you're fishing for something that you wouldn't normally pull a craw for. Just the color and the shape would be nice. It's silver and black sparkles in there. They're very small sparkles. Not bad. Okay, now we got Excite baits again, but something totally different. We have a jig. So this is an XB 360 jig head, 1/4 ounce rainbow color. Open that up, and it's a flasher jig. So it's got the extra spoon on it. It's a real big spoon, and it's got a nice swivel on there. Like, that is a quality swivel. And it's got the fish profile in the head of the jig. Something interesting I haven't seen before is the whole head kind of contours into the pickup for the flasher spoon. So that's kind of a neat shape I haven't seen before. And then it's got your it's not only does it have the barbed lead there for your bait, it's also got the wire bait keeper on there. It's a single jig. It's a nice color. Flasher jigs are great. We like to use those in the Red River jigging for walleyes in the winter. And they're good all the time for just whether you're jigging or retrieving your jig. It's a nice jig. It would be nice to get a couple more maybe, but we'll see how this one works. And what else? Okay, so now we've got a brushless, it's called, a 3 ounce from Freedom Lures. 3/8 ounce. Looks like a skirted jig. So I'm going to pull this out of here. Okay, it's packaged nicely. They got all the skirting all wrapped up with a rubber band here. Oh, okay. So I'm going to pull the rubber band off. So it's got the moving jig head on it. So it's hinged. Get some more action out of it. It's skirted. But then they also have, if I can dig it out of the skirting here, there's also the wire spiral bait keeper. So you can put something on there. Maybe one of those craws I can put on there, or some other soft plastics. The skirting is long and very thin, softer than normal. There's no stiffness to it, but there's also no sparkle. The head is just a white, little bit pearlescent, but nothing fancy, and no sparkle in the jig, no contrasting colors, no rattle, anything. So I would definitely want to dress this up with something else, but that's I guess why they have the spiral wire bait keeper there. Yeah, 3/8 ounce, and then it's got a hole right up on the back here. I'm not going to bother reading it, but probably says it's a really great jig. And last but not least out of the box, we have this huge live target swim bait. So this is a looks like a rainbow trout color. I'm gonna pull it out of the package. It's got a bunch of details in the back of the package. Oscillating tail, debris shield, which is actually the dorsal fin, and factory rigged on a single hook. A natural shape and body. Trying not to stick myself with any staples or hooks here. Again, some nice packaging here. Alright, so this looks like about a 5 or 6 inch swim jig. Nice colors on it, really lifelike. And then it's got this unique shape in the tail. So I'm going to guess that all this geometry that they got going on in the tail here has been made that way through testing to get it some lifelike action in the water. I think I've heard some good things about these live target swim baits before. I don't have one yet, so I'm excited to try that. And then you can see here how they've used the dorsal fin as the weed guard for the hook, and then just a simple eyelet. They also have the eyelet on the bottom if you want to add another treble hook to the bottom, or maybe you'd put a flasher spoon on there or something like that, or even a you might put a stinger hook to the tail. That's a big bait, but not unreasonably large. Pike, of course, would go after this bait, I think, and I might even throw this if I was in an area that I saw consistent big walleyes. I might try and use this swim bait at, what does it say the weight on here? Weight is 2.5 ounces, so it should sink pretty good. Sink speed medium to slow. Color is olive red, so that's nice. Yeah, that's a nice looking swim bait. Really nice detail on there, nice scales, colors, everything. And again with the nice eyes. Wonder if I pull it, if these ones are going to fall off. Yeah, pretty strong body. I'm not ripping that in half yet. See how it stands up to pike and walleye teeth. So that's it for this month's box. Nothing left in the box. My overall impression. So we've got these two big baits here that I'm going to reach for when I'm going for pike. Maybe for some big walleye if I knew there's big walleye in the area. I'm not a muskie fisherman. Somebody that fishes muskie might use something like this. I don't know. So there's 1 or 2 species. Then we have these cross-off plastics, these smaller cross-off plastics. So I'm thinking bass, largemouth, or smallmouth right away. Like I said, this smaller cross-off plastic, it might work for other things. Like I might try and throw this for walleye just based on the color, and I can jig it and it's got some action and it just might be enough to entice a bite. But I'm thinking bass. So we got pike, muskie, bass, another skirted jig here. So again, bass. I've never reached for skirted jig for walleyes or for anything other than bass, I should say. And then we got this nice jig. This is pretty multi-species. You can use this one for a lot of things. There's only one of them, and I'm only saying I wish I had got more because I really like this and I think it's going to be a great jig. I'll be sad when I lose it. And then the smallest thing in the box really is these Panther Martin swim jigs, swim baits. So one thing I'm noticing as I look at this whole box is, as a multi-species box and me as a multi-species angler, there's not really anything in here for panfish. The only thing that I might throw for panfish, if I knew there was, again, big panfish, big crappies, big perch, would be these little swim baits here. Otherwise, if I was going for sunfish, smaller crappies, smaller perch or whatever, panfish, there's nothing really in this box for me. Now, I am a multi-species angler, so I already have a selection of panfish stuff at home, so I'm not really disappointed. But maybe next month with the multi-species box there'll be more emphasis on something else. Maybe then we'll get all the panfish stuff. We'll see. But that's really my only comment on the overall box, is that we're kind of lacking in that one area. But there is pike and muskie, bass, walleye, and other trout maybe. And one bonus item I'm looking at that I got in this box is this real hard case from Smart Baits. So sometimes you just got something small, like I'm thinking stinger hooks. I always try and keep them in the package, and they always fall out and end up all over my bag, and I end up poking myself. Now I've got this nice little long box that I can throw some stingers in, and now I've got another box I can throw in my tackle bag. So that's kind of a cool bonus. If you're interested in getting a box of your own or just looking into it, go to simplefishing.ca. They don't only have the multi-species. If you're somebody who, maybe you do only fish bass, pike, walleye, whatever, they also have species-specific boxes. If you like what you see there, you can use promo code TrueNorth to get 15% off your first subscription. The boxes come every 2 months. It's something to look forward to. If you haven't already, like I said, check us out on Facebook, facebook.com/TrueNorthWilds, Instagram @TrueNorthWilds. Check out our blog site, TrueNorthWilds.com. Like and subscribe. That really helps us out with the YouTube channel. If you've got something to say, you like something you saw in the box, you didn't, let us know what you're catching, whatever. Comment below. We always try to get back to each and every one of your comments. We like to hear from you guys. So thanks again for watching, and as always, we'll see you outside.